You know, we talk about madness in a variety of different ways. Elk, whitetail, longbeard, and of course predator. I don't know that there's anything out there that gets your blood boiling or gets you more excited than predator hunting. Whether you're out there squealing and peeling or going to check a fresh trap, nothing gets you more excited than the sight of that predator staring you down.
Predator Madness 3 follows some of America's most skilled hunters in their quest to cut some of the unwanted links from the food chain, namely the booming population of fox, coyote, and bobcat plaguing the U.S. Trapping, advanced calling techniques, and air attacks, they're all fair game. The Drury Outdoors Team pulls out all the stops when it's time to hunt the hunter. Like Mark and I always say, enjoy Predator Madness 3. It was created for you.
You know, someone that has been a near and dear friend of Terry and mine for a long time, Tad Brown. He was my partner when I started Mad Calls, and his true passion, above and beyond anything else, is predator calling. We feel very fortunate to have Tad and his cast of predator killers a part of Predator Madness 3. Let's go afield with Tad and the gang and do a little squealing and peeling.
Last year I was headed to Oklahoma to hunt with Keith and Braden Green. And he was in northeastern Oklahoma, close to home there, a couple hours drive. I headed down there. They had had a good snow the night before. Is that how come you're out of school?
Yeah.
Because of the snow? I've never hunted Oklahoma, so anxious to give her a try.
You want to get back up here and try to call them to the road? Yeah, I was going to say the best thing would be to call them into this road if we can, so maybe we'll get up on this bank here. We got oversee that road. Is that right? Okay. I'll let you lead off.
That's the way to start off, isn't it? Which one of you boys backed me up?
Well, he stuck, you
Yeah,
got
I know.
up. No, I did.
Well, I appreciate it.
Sure. You bet.
My shotgun jammed on me.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I couldn't get another shell in it.
Well, I wasn't going to shoot, but he started getting back up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm glad you did. The boys, thank you. Now, I just got here, what, an hour or so ago.
yeah. Just down
And-
from the house a quarter mile.
And Braden's out of school today because of the snow. So he got to go along with us, which is a special treat for me. I always like to see a youngster, and from what I understand, he's an experienced one at predator hunting. So
Well, it's a treat for me for him to be out.
yeah, I'll bet it is.
Yeah,
I'll bet it is. You said a coyote will come down this road, and sure as heck, we hadn't hardly called, I don't know, a minute or two. And it's pretty little old female. She come down through there and she played right. So anyway, we had a good hunt. Well, boys, I enjoyed that. Thank you
made
very
a nice
much.
shot on her.
Thank you very much. The day after Thanksgiving, I was headed for Wyoming. We'd had a ranch lined up by Douglas, some beautiful Wyoming territory. We went in there to call some coyotes and had some pretty good luck.
We're up here by Douglas, Wyoming. We're gonna try predator calling a little bit, try to get some coyotes. There's a front coming. There's like a 50% chance of snow tonight. And the ranch hand, he just warned us that if it starts snowing up here, we need to get out because it gets rough. But anyway, we're gonna slip up here, this little old knob up here where we can see back up this valley, and we're gonna see what'll happen. There's no wind, it's beautiful this morning, crispy, cool, 15 degrees. Anyway, it'll be a good hunt. We're gonna give them a try. front coming in. This was our 5th set of the morning, and we had to climb a pretty good hill over here to get in here, kind of call some cover. Anyway, we pulled 2 out of this ditch over here. One come out of here and one come right up the ditch. Anyway, the bigger one, the prettier of the 2, which I think was the male, he come off this bank and he come nice and easy, and he got down here in the creek and offered a good shot. Anyway, I made a good shot on him. But now I gotta scale this hill down and back up to go get him. But looks like a good, pretty Wyoming coyote.
That's a big old pretty Wyoming coyote now. Just like I thought, it's a nice big male. He got a heck of a tail on him. Anyway, he's a nice big coyote, and he played the game right. He responded to the call very well. Just like you like it to happen. That's what keeps you out there after them day after day.
You know, it's the second half of the 2006 whitetail season here in Kansas, and I was lucky enough to have Bud Wasser in the end. We decided early on in the hunts that if we had the opportunity, we were going to take some coyotes on film, hopefully, and get some action. You know, it was the second day of Bud's hunt, and it was about 10:30, and this coyote came out in this interior bean field along a timber's edge. Coyote, coyote. Hang on, I need to stop him.
That was my practice round. I think we're zeroed in, ready to go.
How about it?
Yeah. Well, being it late in the morning, we've got so many places to hunt this week. We decided to go ahead and take a crack at this coyote. He's about 150 yards, and it's deer season here. I've got a whole week to hunt, and it was a good opportunity for me to make sure my gun was zeroed in, and I wanted to make sure it was zeroed in, and now I'm really confident for the rest of my hunt. But me and Dan, we couldn't get this guy to stop for nothing. I mean, we tried whistling, yelling, and finally he stopped and squeezed it off. He's about 150 yards. Just a really nice, mature coyote.
No, I'll never forget when I panned back Bud's reaction. He raised those eyebrows, and we were kind of laughing like schoolboys. It was just a great time, just a hunt I won't forget.
December 9th, Central North Dakota. I got a call from my brother-in-law, and they've been having a problem with a coyote near the cattle herds. So we're gonna go out this morning and see if we can find this coyote and help out the ranching situation around here. Yes! 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 We shouldn't have that problem anymore. We got him. Let's go see what he looks like. Can't wait to see what kind of hit we put on him. A nice prime female coyote. This is the one been hanging around the coyote herds, we think. Simple approach. We saw it laying beside the hill and just grabbed the call and crawled up to the top of the hill and used some real subtle rabbit squeals. Took, you know, a minute or two, but she finally responded. Tried to come downwind of us. She was probably bedding down for the day. Came downwind of us and stopped at about 125 yards and laid her over.
Here in my home state of Missouri, we're hunting with Paul Waite with the Trapper and Predator Caller magazine. Paul edits for F&W Publications, and he's also the editor of Predator Hunter magazine. Paul gets to write about predator hunting all across the country, so on this weekend we had him into Missouri to try coyotes here in our backyard.
I'm a little worried, but he run off. Should go look.
I was worried when he run off. I thought I hit him pretty good. What a beautiful, I mean, that's a pretty Missouri coyote.
That is nice.
Here, I'll let you have your rifle back, means you don't need my shot. All right. That is a pretty Missouri coyote. Good job, man. You hit him good because he didn't go far. Well, Paul, welcome to Missouri.
Glad to be here, Tad.
This is the first, we've done a lot of hunts. This is the first time we've hunted in Missouri, and we've got a lot of critters here, a lot of bobcats. So this year I thought, you know, hey, come to Missouri, we'll try it here in our backyard. And we made a few sets last night, and this is our second set of the morning, and I'm telling you, that's a pretty Missouri coyote as you'll kill.
I'm thrilled.
I mean, he looks like a western coyote. He's well pelted and just big old dog coyote, beautiful tail. I mean, he's as pretty as they come. You made a good shot on him. Bob, the cameraman, spotted him coming down the road, and Kenny and I was kind of watching this other way. Anyway, you made a good shot on him. So.
Yeah, I was scanning out into the field a little bit, and I just looked this way, and I kind of turned my head a little bit and looked out into the field, and then Bob said, "To your left," and I looked, and boy, he was standing right there, just really pretty, and I had to take my rifle off the sticks and twist a little bit. I did that kind of slow.
And he stood there.
He stood there and just looked, and he was fixed on looking for that rabbit out in the field.
Well, I was running the jackrabbit, which is loud, and today we've got a pretty strong southerly wind. So I like to, on those windy days, I of course like the wind in my face, but I like to project that sound as loud as I can to get the volume, get it out there. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Come to the jackrabbits.
All right.
A few days after Paul left, we headed to western Missouri. I was going to hunt with good friend Tim Ott. Tim Ott is the sales manager for Hunter Dan Action Figures. Tim's got some great property right over there on the western side of Missouri, right on the Kansas border, and there's lots of bobcats as well as lots of coyotes. we do call a few more coyotes, but on average, not really that many more coyotes than we do cats are the responses. So.
Yep, just a lot of cats in this area.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that charged my battery back up. I'm ready to go after another now.
Shoot, yeah. Yep.
Get him out of here. That's a pretty one. Good job, man. Congratulations.
You know, after a tough time of trying to hunt coyotes and harvest these things, I decided back in around October, I started thinking about what I could do, or what Louie and I could do to get some of these coyotes.
Corey and I thought about it, and we was trying to come up with something different for this predator video, and we decided to do a snaring segment. Okay, we're going to build some snares. We're running a little bit short on them, and we got a couple more spots to set some traps out. They say they got plenty of coyotes, so we're getting ready to go in and go full strength after them. And then when a coyote comes through there, you know it's got him. Okay, we got a dozen of them made. It took us about probably 20 minutes to make a dozen of them. And you know, you get faster at this, the more you make, the faster you get. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get some water in our pot, and I'll boil them for about 20 or 30 minutes in baking soda. That way it takes all the scent off of them, and it also, whatever's shiny on them, it'll turn them dull gray. And plus it makes them scent free, you know, so then they'll be ready to put out as soon as they get done boiling. See the difference in the two? You know, right there we have 2 dozen snares. We're gonna try to get them all set tomorrow, because the more you got out, the better chances are of catching something. You know, they might come through there, so maybe just kind of defer them through there. I'm gonna go ahead and brush it in just a little. Looks pretty good there. That way they'll want to come through that spot.
I went ahead and I got the stuff that I needed to make some snares, and I made up about, probably 10 or 12 of them my first go around. And I took these out to the main farm I wanted to go snare on and decided to give it a try. So a few days actually went by and wasn't catching anything. When we finally got some cold weather. Uh-oh, look here. I had a coyote there, look at that. Look at this fence. First snare we came to, you could tell I had a coyote in there, but there wasn't no coyote there. The ground was all torn up. My snare was actually hanging over the fence. The fence was all messed up. It looked like a grenade had went off on the ground, but there was just no coyote. He had escaped. Checking these snares every day in traps is like Christmas every day. You never know what you're gonna have. Oh no, look here. Got a snare right next to the seat. Look, I had another one. Yeah, this was all tall grass and there was a hole, a trail right through here. You can see, look, the coyote's dug here. Dang it! And we got to the very last snare on the farm, and lo and behold, I had a coyote that was alive. And so we got the gun out because I needed to dispatch this coyote. It's my first year snaring. So I tell you what, man, all I wish now is for Louie to put the clamps on a couple.
Well, it's the first day of February, and it's 28 degrees. We're going down to check our traps. I added some more snares yesterday on some trails that look like coyotes are using. So with any luck at all, you know, we should have a coyote this morning. Hopefully we got us a coyote this morning, or maybe a fox. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what we've been after, is coyotes. And we got us one today for sure. Man, it was just like I just had killed a big Pope and Young buck or something, you know. It was just a heck of a rush coming up on that live coyote like that. Actually, that's a big one. It's just an awesome feeling when you come up and you got a big coyote in a snare. It's a trap that you actually made for yourself. And, you know, I made that trap and I caught an animal in that trap. So, you know, I mean, it's an awesome feeling to do that. And
Like I say, I couldn't be more pumped right now than have this big coyote laying in front of us.
We got the snow finally. This is Friday, the 2nd day of February. Last day of January, come to the same place, had 3 coyotes in here, had 2 get out. You know, I was debating on pulling the snares, but all the advice I've been given from other people say to leave them in there for about another week or so, so I left them. I've got, I think, 4 back here yet. Ah, Coyote City, baby. Right there. He's got pretty good fur on him, so we'll get him to the fur buyer and get him taken in. But beautiful day, we got some snow, it's cold. Louis got his first yesterday, a buddy of mine got his first the other day. Turned out to be a good season.
Well, it took 3 setups, but this was our first day of calling of 2007. Mark and I and my brother Andy and Dave Bogart come out, and we gonna give it a whirl today. Been having a lot of trouble with the wind, but finally we made things happen, and when it did, it was quick.
Kill it.
Kill it.
I can't get a shot.
You hit it.
Watch out, Mark.
He's going down. He's going down.
You got him.
All right. Good job.
You'd think with 2 cameras, me or Jeff could get on him, but the coyote kept moving. Every time we get on him, he'd get stopped. He'd move and go behind brush, and then me and Jeff would have to back out and try and refocus again. And we finally got on him though.
The coyote was trying to get downwind of us, and Mark hadn't seen him yet, so I reached over and nudged him to get his attention.
I was sitting there and thought I was looking, pretty diligently, and Andy started nudging me, and the next thing you know, he's telling me there's a coyote right in front of us. Well, it's our 3rd setup of the day. We came up here and set up just outside this thicket. Wind's blowing across just like this, so we set up. Andy was doing the calling, and Jeff and Dave were both filming. It wasn't 5 minutes, and the coyote came around the point, and Andy said, "Hey, here comes one." And she was actually trying to circle our wind, so she run right down along this edge of this timber. And Andy stopped her, and I put the shot on her, and I thought I missed her. Andy's like, "No, you hit her." I put it right on her shoulder, right behind her shoulder, and she still run 70, 80 yards before she piled up.
Where I think a lot of predator hunters mess up here in central Illinois and the Midwest is they start trying to call too early. We always wait until we have some real bad cold weather, ground froze or ice. The worse the better. And when the weather starts breaking, that's when we start calling. A lot of people go out early in the year in October and September and call, and all they do is educate the young ones. So if you'll wait until the time's right, you'll make it happen.
Jeff, there's a coyote. I got him. He's dead.
Well, the coyote was slipping around behind us. It wasn't 15 or 20 yards. I was doing the best I could to get him in the camera. I couldn't move. And Andy, he stood up real easy, and
and shot the coyote. I tell you what, the gun barrel wasn't dangerous or anything, but you talk about make my ears ring. That coyote wasn't 15 yards away and he put the hammer on it.
All right, man. I bet that's not even 15 yards. Here's coyote number 2 for the day. We went this morning, myself, Dave Bogart, Mark Lester, and my brother Jeff. Mark killed one with his rifle. And this is our 7th set for the day. This one came in, and luckily I got it with a shotgun. He was trying to circle downwind. You don't get them every time that you have set up a call, but you just stay after it. Sometimes it pays off like this.
Well, it's February 14th, Valentine's Day today. So we got flowers sent to my wife, so everything's all right there, at least ain't in the doghouse. But we're going to check our traps, and it's cold, cold, cold. We had another big Arctic blast come in. Last couple of days it warmed up to about 38 degrees, and now it's about 17 degrees, and we got a 15-mile-an-hour wind, and the wind chills is down to like 5 or 6 degrees. First snare we come to, we got one. You know, I switched up guns. I had that little 17 Mach 2 before. Now I got a little 22 scoped up with Nikon scope. A couple reasons why I switched to this gun. Seemed like that 22 would kill him a little bit better, but this gun here actually belonged to my buddy, to my best friend. He passed away in 2003, and this is his gun. So, you know, we used to hunt together all the time and everything. So, by using this gun, it's like he's right here with me, you know. So, you know, that's one reason why I done that. And it's just like bringing him hunting with me. Like I say, the farmers and the landowner couldn't be more happier to get these out. And today's, like I say, the 14th, so we got 14 more days to do this in. Look here, got another one. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. My partner done it a few weeks ago. He caught 3 down one fence line and then 1 at another spot. I figured I might get another one right here. That's that hot spot of that fence crossing where we caught that one Sunday. You know, it just blows my mind that that's the 5th coyote that come out of this fence. Golly. We're gonna run up here and check these other ones real quick, see if we got any in those. We had an unbelievable year this year. You know, when we started this thing, I didn't have a whole lot of faith in this piece of cable with a loop in it gonna catch a coyote. But, you know, after we got into it, man, we just started really catching them. And it was just like somebody turned a light switch on. It really got cold. It was like 2-3 degrees. And I mean, we just started catching coyote after coyote. Ended up catching 8 down that one fence line. And, you know, we just ended up with a spectacular season. I ended up catching 11 coyotes and 1 gray fox. You just couldn't wait to jump out of bed in the morning, first thing, run your trap, see what you got. And between both those, we ended up with 25 coyotes and a fox. What more could you ask for, you know?
You know, it was a great end to a good season, and hopefully next year we can lay out some more predators and get the job done.
I had such a good time with Keith last year that earlier this year in February, I went back down there to hunt with Keith. The conditions were a little different. The weather was much warmer, there was no snow, but we were back into coyotes again.
looking cute. And so I was just gonna wait.
Kind of like you were saying, he's
Rubbed on the back a little.
he's a little light right there.
Yep. Just rubbing on it.
But he's got a good, pretty color, and he sure played good.
Well, thank you, Steve. I enjoyed it.
Hey, Mikey. Yep, are you in tomorrow? Alright. I'll tell you what, I'm one excited guy today. Tomorrow, I'm going coyote hunting with good friend Mike Littlestrand. Corey can't go, so we are going to head west, pick a buddy of mine up, 13-year-old Spencer Rawl, and take him out on his first ever coyote hunt.
That's how it's done, huh?
But we got the job done.
Awesome.
We came in and set up here on this field trail coming in and looked good. We set up and we got a response right away. And I challenged them back, and they came over the hill like crazy over the hill and came into 150 yards and made a nice shot on this one. Went right down, nice little female, light colored female. The mating season's done. I think the hauling's working real well, and we're gonna keep after it.
My last hunt of the year was in the Panhandle of Texas.
I'm headed down to Texas to hunt with my good buddy Ronnie Brown. I didn't make it down there last year.
Ronnie is the ranch manager of the Terra Rosa Ranch down there, Terra Rosa Land and Cattle, and he's right in the middle of good coyote country.
I got a new decoy I'm wanting to play with a little bit. Anyway, it's always a good time to get down there with Ronnie Brown and hunt with him in Texas. I love Texas. There's usually lots of coyotes.
Ronnie Brown and I started out that first morning at a favorite spot of mine, and Ronnie did his part, but I didn't do mine. Well, good job, first set. We're starting off good. We're just not shooting so well.
I don't think we can work that up as a kill.
Late afternoon that same day, we finally got on a coyote again. This time I was calling, running a rifle, and Ronnie was running a shotgun. When the coyote showed up, I was caught off guard and couldn't shoot. Ronnie went ahead and took the shot with the shotgun, and the coyote took off. I hit him on the run as he was leaving, but upon further examination, we found out Ronnie had center punched him and he was dead on his feet. You know, how did he get that close to us without us seeing him? Well, I just kept kind of coaxing him, and I thought, dang, he's going to come. He's going to come up, I'm going to let you shotgun him. And well, Ronnie, I enjoyed it. That's about our last hunt for the day, because you got to go to a sale tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't be here tomorrow.
Well, I enjoyed it. I got it.
I did too.
But you're going to send the son-in-law with us tomorrow, right?
Maybe you can teach him something.
All right, maybe we can get him broke into predator hunting a little bit.
Yeah.
The next day, Ronnie wasn't going to be able to join us. He had prior obligations, but he set us up with his new son-in-law, Marty Rash. Marty was kind of anxious to get after the predators, so he was going to join us that day. I went right back to the same place I'd missed that coyote the day before,
you know, before we break down into the Miller Tree Row,
Yes, sir.
there's a kind of a high spot. We park under that and walk around the front. It's a nice big open, and that's where I want to start first set. So. Good job.
Good calling.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
I heard you saying 12 o'clock, and I was looking, and I thought, dang. Yeah. I couldn't tell for sure where he was. I couldn't see him. And then I heard Joe say, where from that tree? He said, right to the right of it. Man, when you said that, I nailed it immediately, picked him right up.
I just happened to look over, and when it was coming right towards us, it was kind of hard to see.
Boy, he was beautiful in that sunlight, wasn't he?
Turkeys gobbling in the background.
I was gonna say, it don't get much better now. It's a pretty day.
I appreciate it, man.
You know, oh yeah, I enjoyed you coming. I'm glad old Ronnie Brown couldn't make it, so he said he's gonna send his next best back up.
Well,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
shot.
you.
Good
Thank you.
shot. Let's go check him out. As he was coming, you can adjust those sticks, and I was staying on him, and I was steady, and I thought, boy, that's cool.
And having that squeaker up there on that.
Absolutely. It's right there.
You already got your
and when
hand
you
up
stopped
there.
that one time, instead of bringing my hand call back
Right.
up, I give him a little bit, and he come immediately. Marty, I
Just
enjoyed
right.
that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We got a lot of day left, and it's pretty in the Panhandle. It's like Ronnie Brown always says, we're burning daylight.
That's right. Let's go find another one.
We made 3 or 4 more sets after that first stand that was uneventful, but finally we got on another stand where we had a coyote respond. Marty was on the gun again. We hadn't called too long, and Joe said there's a coyote over here on this hill to your right, and I was looking.
I was looking over there.
Out here, I didn't know he was clear off Joe's right shoulder. We just called this last coyote in this big, pretty canyon here. We were way back there anyway. He come up the canyon, so we drove down the canyon, a mile and a half or so. And the wind's in our face, the sun's setting at our back, so we're gonna go right over and get into the same canyon again, but down it quite a ways. And I don't know, there's a lot of cover down there. We're gonna try one more set for dark. I was using the new Flambeau Rigger Rabbit 2 prototype, had him going, and it wasn't long the cameraman alerted us to an approaching coyote.
Good job. Good shot.
When he come down into the creek, then I thought he was gonna pop right back out, and I kind of expected him over here. Come on up.
And I pushed that when I saw him. I made the push that to make it work. And then by the time he got up here, I didn't want to move. Push it again.
He's a big old male. We called several coyotes today, and they've all went downwind of us. Tried to, and this old guy, he's pretty much just come right with the wind the whole way. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Congratulations. That was a good shot.
He was an older coyote and was really sly. He come in nice and cautious and took his time.
He came right in and offered us a great shot and ended a beautiful Texas hunt.
Here we are. It's late March. We got a big coyote hunt planned down in South Texas, and Dan's coming down.
Heading down to Texas. Gonna hook up with Al and Ty. And Ty's got some ranches in Texas. We're gonna do some predator hunting this week. Loaded up my stuff at the Lazy D. Headed down 35 south through Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Heck, it wasn't long I was at Al's house.
Oh, I see some lights. Kansas Dan, everybody. Oh, hey! Well.
We have contact.
Plan was for Dan to come on down to Austin, to my home front. You know, after his 10, 11-hour drive, the plan was just to probably crash at my house and then get an early start the next day to head south, because even after Dan's 10, 11-hour drive from Kansas to Austin, we still had at least another 4.5 hours. I told Dan the night before that I had a couple of painters that were going to show up bright and early to do some caulking and some touch-ups, and I'm not sure if he didn't believe me, because that next morning when Ingrid was serving him coffee in bed, Dan had his chin was basically on his kneecaps when he was trying to figure out who the heck all these guys were who were coming to his room.
All my hunters at the D, they get treated like this. Coffee in bed, full service. Here Ingrid was getting me coffee, but to my surprise, when I looked up, here's Al with a cameraman and a contractor in my bedroom. I bring my own personal painters everywhere I go. Getting excited. My first South Texas hunt ever. We're going hogs, dogs, and on Saturday, turkey. The opener, we're going to try to get a Texas Rio for me. Not done that either, so a lot happening this week. How about these gas prices? You say this summer it's going to go up to $3. Look at it, it's all slimed up.
Signature there.
Legal now. 701 miles into the trip. Now we're heading south. Al and Ty came up to my place last fall, and we hit it off great. I tell you, I met them a couple years ago at the annual fall meeting at Mark and Terry's at Drury Outdoors, and I was talking to Al one day about calling coyotes. Gosh, he was nice enough to extend the invitation to come down. So we have contact.
Say, Kansas Dan.
How you been, mister?
Good. Welcome to Texas.
Yeah, this is what you call pretty far south. You know, we picked up Ty at Pleasanton, loaded his stuff, away we went. We had about another 2.5 hour drive.
Don't look straight ahead.
Do you think I was?
Dogs. Slow down.
Well, what can you say? 1,000 miles, 2 days of driving. Yeah, I've hooked up with Al and Ty now, and we are in South Texas, 980 miles from the Lazy D, just to shoot a coyote, maybe a hog, and I'm pretty darn sure turkey. Gosh, it didn't take long. We were at the ranch getting ready to get our gear out and get on those coyotes.
No, here he is. Let's see.
Hey. Hey.
You know, I was getting my gear, and Ty showed up from the storage building facility area, and gosh, he had a high rack. I've never hunted on one, and this is going to be a treat. It's almost like being on safari in Texas. This is going to be an adventure. Check out the high rack. Wow. Now they said that, you know, we might even be calling from a high rack. I can't imagine calling a coyote from a high rack sitting out in the senderos, but we'll see.
We all had a job to do. Ty was driving and guiding. Dan was pretty much working the calls, and my little task in front of me was working the camera. Yeah.
know, the next morning, I thought I was back in Kansas. The wind was blowing, gust up to 45 miles an hour. And I told Al, my goodness, this is not normal, is it? Of course it wasn't. They had high winds. Right out of the bat, we had a pair of coyotes come out on a Senderos road. Ty was on them with the camera, and so was Al. And the high rack was swaying so profusely, I couldn't hold still. I shot to the left of that coyote, and gosh, he ran off. It was a clean miss, but what a great time, and we got it on film. You know, the first coyote we called in was by a windmill setting. Ty had done his homework, realizing that those dogs will circle on you in the wind, and we'd set up kind of an open area, and I started using my distress call, a little bit of howling, kind of a combination of both, and sure enough, this young coyote came right in. Gosh, how's your ear? I'm sorry. Huh? That was downwind. He's not really rubbed up that bad. Usually this time of year, they'll have big rub marks where they're bald. And gosh, he's a good-looking dog. It's a male, and he was definitely going to sweep in on my little distress call. We've been doing some howling this morning, and not a lot of howling, but we have done some howling this morning, and we just stopped and used just the distress call only, and it certainly worked with him.
Well, it took you one practice shot, right?
Yeah, how about this morning? We were up on the high rack, and the wind was rocking.
Oh, man.
So profusely, I just couldn't get steady. And you know, when you squeeze most times, you know if it's going to be right or not.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. The sunrise, sun was coming up, our first set, and boom, two dogs come out in the road. And
he was trying to get downwind. I had spotted him. Ty got the camera on him. Al was back up, and I made a good shot on him, so it was just great.
South Texas, pretty much spring and summer months, the wind is it's 20, 30 is pretty common, but I'm not sure what it was. Here we are, late March, and we're getting anywhere from 35 to 45 miles an hour. I mean, we might as well have been hanging our video camera out of the helicopter because it was tough. We had a true uphill battle dealing with this wind.
Hey Dan, what do you think about using the backstops from the target and the target pull in between?
It's the gun range here, yeah?
Yeah, we'll be secluded a little bit. We got this open area.
Make sure we had live comm.
job. Wow. Ty, thanks. This is so cool. Good grief. This wind, with our face in the wind, is working. Normally, you don't want the sun. We've got an overcast day today, so we could actually work our way against the sun with the wind still right, and it's working. Good grief. How about it? Ty and Al have done their homework. Ty knows this ranch like the back of his hand, and it always helps to have someone along that can show you the way, so to speak. I mean, I've only been here a half a day, and then today it's like 10 o'clock. We've already killed 2 coyotes this morning. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. This is awesome. It's rocking, man. This is awesome. Looks to me like it's about a 65-yard shot. She came in looking for that sound. It's a female this time.
All right, we probably got like our money's worth on this one.
Yeah, you like to get the females,
6
you know.
for 1.
There you go. You got to cut that herd down, the coyote crop, by getting the females.
So they're in good shape. Every one of them's had nice thick fur.
Yeah, the pelts are just real decent. Usually they're rubbed off, or of course the males anyway, but they have big bald spots on them. But gosh, the fur's still good.
Yeah, and there's not a bunch of fleas and ticks jumping off.
Hey, but you know, they're small compared to the Kansas dogs, but check out the setup.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look at how
Who thought about that?
You did. That's what I said coming over. I said, you know the lay of the land. You've worked on this ranch many years with your management programs, and you talk about, look at that. You cannot see that Suburban. It's just like that high railer box is just sitting right there on top of the berm.
We'll have to do that again.
Absolutely. Cool.
Nice shot, Dan.
Great time here in South Texas.
Yeah.
This is great. It's always good to get those females. Really cuts down on coyote population. Gosh, this is great. The wind is in our face. It's working perfectly. We're heading from the west to east. The wind's kind of an easterly southeast. And we've got an overcast, so the morning is actually staying hooded or shaded, so it's not so bright. So coyotes are moving. This is awesome.
We just came up on a quail. See that shed right there? They flushed right by it. Dan's going down to pick it up for us. Looks like he was probably a shooter. That time of the year, one of my favorite things to do is hunt sheds, and you know, you can't beat hunting coyotes and hunting sheds at the same time and hang out with good friends, so better way to spend the off season.
About it, mister. We'll add it to the pile.
Yeah, that's a shooter.
Will be in a year or two. Or is he non-productive?
That's a good 8.
He's a nice one. I saw that yesterday, and we were kind of in a hurry. We didn't stop, but I like it. This is awesome. You'll find more sheds here in one day than you will probably in a week of walking in Kansas.
These feeders are like gold mines. Every time you pull up to one, there's just sheds laying everywhere. Dan's gonna be spoiled when he goes back to Kansas. Actually, Dan, you know, just as much as anybody else, I like getting around and walking, looking for these guys, but this is just what we found when we're cruising from spot to spot.
Yep.
Trying to chase these dogs.
Well, I like walking for sheds, but actually we walk for sheds, you know, a lot in Kansas, but we can cover the ground and not spend quite as much time looking for snakes, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing here is you got 1 foot for your snake and the next foot for the shed.
Yeah,
so
it kind of prohibits or limits you on how well you can look in an area because you're kind of looking for a snake.
Sure, feel that.
In the world is it? Oh.
That's
illegal.
That's the hotel.
Really?
Yep. Carry all backpacks with food and all kinds of stuff. Sometimes money, sometimes other stuff.
I'll be darned. You know, I kind of had an eye-opener this week. It seems like Kansas is another world compared to here as far as, you know, immigration problems and
all the
illegals. I realize, and
Who'd have thought? These guys tromp through all this stuff in the night and stuff. My goodness. There's got to be several of them get bit by snakes.
Oh, yeah.
He was trotting. He wasn't going to stop. We were trying to stop him.
What a shot.
Well, I didn't have much time, and I guess it's instinctive shooting is always the best, right? Oh, wow. Let's go check him out. Come on. He evidently circled around and got downwind of us just a little bit. He was leaving. He was done with us. Right there, Dan. We finished him off. Awesome. A little harder to hold up than the others today. He's mature. He probably rules the roost in this country right in here. I sure am glad that you saw this dog because I was looking to the west. You were good enough to be looking east, and he evidently swung down, as they do, try to get downwind of you. We were pushing the end of the day. It was around 5:30, and we had done some howling, a little bit of distress calling, and gosh, this coyote came in and actually had gotten downwind of us, picked our wind up, and made a move to go back to the northeast angle, and that's when I picked it up. And it was trotting when I made the shot. Pretty proud of myself with the shot on that. And it went right into a little cactus, brushy area, and there was the coyote laying there. And he was done. You know, all in all, I had an encounter there with 2 coyotes. I missed the one from the wind. 3 good solid kills on film. Gosh, what a trip we had. We had a lot of fun. I think I kept Al and Ty entertained. I like to keep it light, and we just had a great time in South Texas.
Well, here it is. It's already mid-late June in South Texas, and it's time for our annual South Texas coyote hunt out of the helicopter. Father's Day weekend, me and my dad went and met Al Sunday morning. Quick little breakfast through the drive-thru, and we were on our road south through San Antonio and then into South Texas. It's gonna be our 3rd year, and the last 2 years we've had a ball doing it. This year we're gonna try to improve once again, as we try to do every year. Number 1, we've got a second helicopter, which means double the money, but also double the good footage, and we're expecting some really awesome angles out of that. Second of all, we've got a radio now, so we've got contact between the air and the ground. Last year we didn't. Took a little bit of time. We lost out on a few coyotes because of it.
South Texas, this is round 3, mid-June. Ty and I are headed back down here to deep southern South Texas, Zapata, for our 3rd annual coyote hunt from the air. We call it the 07 air attack on these lonely coyotes. Anyway, we got high hopes. This year has been phenomenal as far as rain. Probably averaged around 20 inches this year. This time last year, maybe 2 to 4 inches. And I think we got all 4 inches the same day we booked our helicopter. So Ty and I just pulled up, like I said, southern South Texas, and I call it southern because you can almost pick up a rock and hit Mexico from here. It's triple digits, mid-June, and the wind's kicking a lot more than we thought it was going to be.
We rolled into the ranch mid-late afternoon. As we went south, the temperature went up. I think it was about 101 degrees when we pulled in the front gate. It's probably a 2 to 3 mile ride from the front gate to the ranch headquarters, which is beautiful. Really nice headquarters there, and just, you know, nice lodge, nice accommodations, great people, great food, and you couldn't ask for a better spot to be doing a hunt in South Texas in June, that's for sure.
Here we are, first afternoon, South Texas, about 100 degrees, trying to stay hydrated. Right now we're basically trying to set up all of our little knickknacks, toys, cameras, straps, suction cups, as many cameras we can set up on the chopper just so we're prepared. We got a limited time in the air, and basically due to two things, money, number one, and two, heat. We're gonna try to fly first thing in the evening, it's probably 7:15 or so till sunset, and then again first thing in the morning, 6:45 or so till about 8:30 or 9. We're gonna try to make it happen tonight. Hopefully we get 1 or 2 dogs under our belt.
What kind of vitamins do we have there?
It's Viagra for Al.
Ah, I think if you take Viagra, at least you'll have something to hold on to.
It's about 7 o'clock, a little after 7. We're gonna fly an hour and a half this late evening time. Normally the wind lays down, but we've got like a little pressure system or something coming in from Mexico, and it's got it all fired up. So we're about to get everything loaded up, and hopefully, keep your fingers crossed, we'll be back on the ground hour and a half. This year, it seemed like we were trying to produce a movie. We had about 6 or 7 cameras going at one time.
Predator control. That's what it's all about.
Every year, we try to schedule our coyote hunt just mid-late June, right before the 1st of July, because that's when most of those fawns are going to be hitting the ground in South Texas. And so we try to get in there and practice a little predator management at the time where we can be most efficient.
It's on the road. You got him, 2. Okay? You got that right? Keep looking. Yeah.
Tell you what, I'm a little rusty on the shotgun. Been a whole year, and well, that first dog, he showed up right in the open, and boy, I dropped the ball a couple times, but I think he's down over here under these Tacoma mottes, so let's see if we can check out our first dog maybe 15 minutes into the flight, so maybe a good sign. Tell you what, I was a little rusty out of the block there. It took me 3 or 4 shots. We chased this guy quite a ways. Just a young dog, little male. We got that collar going right over there, so I'm hoping he was coming to that, but you can't beat it, man. It's awesome. What do you say? I mean, here we are in South Texas in a helicopter chasing coyotes and having a ball. So let's go see if we can get number 2. We got Al Shackler behind the camera. Appreciate that. Hoping he hits the record button, so we'll see what happens.
Their den is right under us, somewhere in here. There may be more of the area. Okay, he's right in front of you. Straight down right there in front of you.
Research in South Texas shows that sometimes shooting predators works and sometimes it doesn't. But if you are going to try to do it, the best time to do it is just right before those fawns are dropping. Particular place where we were at, we know that the average fawning date is around 1st of July, and so we try to get in there just prior to that peak fawning date and try to knock down the population a little bit, just to give those fawns a little chance to get up and running.
above the tower, huh? Yep. Negative, Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. Yep. Okay, keep looking, guys. Here, I got another one. right here on the left.
Oh yeah.
Right there. You see him?
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
Couple of main differences between this year and last year. One thing would be we had our ground crew about tripled in size. We had 4 or 5 people down there running the collar, communication back and forth between the helicopter.
Okay, let me put him on my side so I can see him again, Jim. There he goes over there. He probably got under a tree and just buried himself. There it is, right there. Oh yeah. Oh, dude.
Those coyotes have been called at now, and they're a little bit, say, wise. They see that helicopter come in here, they know exactly to go stick their head in a hole, or if it was just the fact that we've had maybe 15-20 inches of rainfall down here this year, vegetation is much higher, it's a lot harder to see those dogs on the ground. South Texas, man, sunset here mid-late June, and we're down here with a couple of real good friends of mine, just having a ball. We're down here doing our part just to try to help out. Believe it or not, we call this whitetail deer management. Those fawns about to drop to the ground here in about a week and a half, and even though it's June, we're still thinking about December. And this afternoon was our first evening here down. We're just north of Zapata, and as you can see, we did awesome. I'll tell you what, I got to thank my pilot, my ground crew. They did an awesome job, and as well as Al Shacklet and my brother behind the camera, and our second pilot, which will be in action in the morning, Kevin. But right now, we're going to go back, I guess have a steak. That's right. And maybe chill out, enjoy a little Mexican hospitality. So day one, night one here in South Texas, can't beat it. It's a great evening, capped off by a fire and some steaks and good camaraderie. Bright and early the next morning, Al kind of stumbles out of his room and is saying something about him and the toilet had a date last night. And so I don't know if he was just super tired or what, but he basically decided to get rid of all that good steak that we had the night before. So he wasn't feeling so hot going into the second morning.
Last night after enjoying one of these more finer South Texas dishes, I didn't tell anybody, but about 1:30 this morning I woke up in a cold sweat.
I don't know if my little prediction the night before about Al puking came true or what, but for some reason, you know, anytime you get behind a camera and spend 2 or 3 hours in the air focusing on a little bitty subject, probably 9 out of 10 people are going to get sick. Most people visit South Texas in December and January when the temperatures are at least in the 70s, for the highs, maybe 80s.
Man, it feels perfect. It feels like I can do anything I want with this guy. Hey guys, I think we had one across the road down here. Number 5. Alrighty, going to number 5. He's in front of you to the left.
Second morning here in South Texas, and let's just say it's really, really slow.
day 2, South Texas, and tell you what, day 2 was brutal. Day 1, we kicked butt. We shot 3 coyotes and bobcat. This morning, all we could muster up was 2 little smaller coyotes. This year, we had a few guests with us on a ground crew. My little brother, Mark, is in camp with us. He helped out on the filming, and William here with the ranch, as well as Pepe, the ranch hands, and those guys, we couldn't have done it without them. They did a great job on that ground crew, picking up our animals, bringing them back, and running from tower to tower stand, climbing up, climbing down, running that collar for us. So can't thank them enough. All in all, just what a great hunt, and I know Al and I look forward to it every year.
Here we are again for our 3rd season of Drury Outdoors, doing hunts, coyote hunts for them. It's early fall. You can hear a lot of coyotes howling as we're in the tree stands bow hunting, so we figured what the heck, we'll give it a day here. Coming off a good rain yesterday. Coyotes should be out, should be hungry. So we're gonna jump in the truck here. It's 4 o'clock, 4:18 in the morning. Gonna head out to central North Dakota, see what happens. Hopefully take down a couple dogs.
Well, we're back at a spot that's been real good to us in the past. We shot a double out of here last year. Wind's in our face. We got cattle over there. We got crop behind the big hills there.
Some days you just have those days, and this is one of them for me. That was not pretty at all. That coyote came into about somewhere around 80 to 100 yards, and I just pooched the shot really bad.
This looks really, really good. A big open meadow, corn on all sides, some CRP and pasture, alfalfa in the middle with some bales. Going up on top of that bale stack, that gives a really good vantage point of the whole meadow.
Think of a spot for coyotes. This is an absolutely picture-perfect spot. We have a great big open meadow with alfalfa, which gives them just enough cover so they feel safe. And I've got at least a view of 300 to 400 yards in all directions. There's no way a coyote can come up on me without me seeing it coming. That's some deep, deep North Dakota coyote popping there, boys. Whew. Really, really nice female coyote here. Really getting close to being prime. This is last year's female. Most one-year-old females don't have pups, but she still is very territorial. She really, you probably see on camera, she really started to come in when we started to challenge her and put some territorial howls in there. That's when it really kind of lit a fire under her, and she really came in and responded to the call at that time. So couldn't be happier. This is actually, we're at noon. We had fog all morning. We would have had 4 coyotes if it wasn't for the fog, but it's nice to have our second dog down on the ground.
Stop.
I guess you gotta take them how you can. We were just riding down this prairie trail here to our next calling stand. I just missed one at 100 yards over here, 120 yards. We're coming down here and there's a chicken hawk flying low across the ground, and Corey yells, "There's a coyote." And I said, "That's a chicken hawk." Next thing you know, coyote sticks its head up. So we hit the brakes, got out of the car here, and the thing just sat there and looked at me. 200 yards, 210 yards, something like that. Got out, boom, done. You take predator out of the field however you can do it, I guess, as long as it's by law, and we're within limits. Predators out of the field, perfect. This is number 3 for the day. 2 we couldn't shoot this morning because of fog that were definitely within 50 to 60 yards of us, couldn't see them. This one presented himself. Hey, you got to take a coyote when you can take it. When they present themselves, you take them out of the field. That's the way it goes. Any hunter's going to tell you that. I mean, you do your part taking the predator out of the field, and good things happen for the other wildlife around the area.
Well, that about does it for the day. We had good luck. We had a little bad luck today. We ended up killing 3 coyotes and had 2 hold up on us. Couldn't see them in the fog. Couldn't put in a full day. It's about 3:20 right now. I got to get back and coach the 12-year-old son's football team tonight, so we're cutting her short today.
September finally hits. It's bow season. Going to southern Alberta, 1,800 miles away. That's the destination. I can't wait to take planes, trains, automobiles. Anything I have to do, I'll do to get there. Alberta, absolutely perfect terrain. It is absolutely some of the most breathtaking scenery. Can't wait to see my good buddy Corey Jarvis. He owns and operates 3 Rivers Adventures. Awesome guy and an awesome place to hunt. Just a little.
Very pleasant.
How's it going, brother? The herd now, Bert.
First bow hunt of the year. Does it get any better than that?
I held it up to the computer screen on Google Earth, and then I traced it. And oranges are deer crossings. I had a marker, and I put my stands on there. That one, he said there were a lot of deer around him all the time.
Now let's cover some ground. Let's find that first mule deer, and let's see what we can do.
We've been out here hunting muleys, but we've got a coyote I'm trying to get the wind on. He actually got into the herd we were on, bumped him on over the hill. He's over the hill. We're gonna try and call him in. We'll see. We'll show him to screw our hunt up. Oh. Got him. He's going down. Got him. Man, what a hunt. Awesome.
Man, that was awesome. We've been after these muleys all day. It's a little quiet, and today this guy wreaked havoc on us. He kept getting into our herd, run him out of one side, crossed the road, went flying through, got him up another time, really impeding on our stock. So we said, you know what? We're gonna go into predator mode. And we sat back, we had a good shadowy hillside there, started calling, squeaking on my hand, and it wasn't long, he popped up out of the grass. It came all the way from like 60 yards into 35, and I made a good shot. He went down right there in vision, and my first coyote with a bow. Got him, going down, going down.
We were glassing from a distance up on that hill back there, and we saw this coyote out in this cut oat field, and I'm gonna try to sneak to this fence right here and see if he's still out there.
Down. He's down right there. Whoo, baby. You get him within 150, actually 100, and this gun did the trick. Oh my gosh. Tell you what, it is one of the most game-rich areas I've ever seen, and a plethora of coyotes. Oh wow, what a hunt. We belly crawled up to the fence quietly as we could. You've got to be a predator to get the predators, and we did that today. Man, that's a lot of fun, and I hope it's a trip I don't miss year in and year out, so thank you very much.
So we're up there in Alberta. I've got one down with a bow. Jared's got one down with his rifle. And now Mark Cooper goes out with Corey and a shotgun in hand. We'll see if they can't have some luck.
I shut the door without slamming my fingers in it this time.
Any one of these fields will hold coyotes. It's really thick with coyotes in this area, so we're gonna go sit up on this ridge right behind us here, see if we can call him in. He's out in the field mousing right now, so he looks like he's hungry.
Predator madness. Welcome to Alberta. I just screwed up. I missed the coyote, had him at 191 yards, and yeah, I missed him. Clean out, flat miss.
Somehow he missed. Early season jitters, I guess.
Yesterday as we drove by, there were 3 coyotes out in this field. Plan is, park the truck here by these bales. We're gonna sneak out to the second set of bales. Corey, our professional caller here, he's gonna have at her with his call, see if we can get some coyotes coming in. I'm gonna see if I can miss at least 1 or 2 of them for the camera.
Probably band it up tight somewhere, so in a little drainage back here. So we'll give him a call or 2 and see what happens.
Down.
That's awesome, man.
Shotgun. Oh, good job. It's a good call.
Okay, this afternoon we were out trying to get in a little coyote hunting. It's been a little rainy and cloudy earlier today, and we didn't get out too much. Just started to call, didn't take too long.
Not long at all. Great calling.
A lot of times on setups like this, we'll bring a rifle and a shotgun in case we can get them in real close like this. And it's early in the season, so they're coming in good to the calls.
He came in, I saw him from about 200 yards out, watched him run right into about 50 yards, and he kind of stopped here on a little bit of a rise, and I shot him.
Mike and I have had great success the last week or so. We're going to go out and try it again. We have an area up here that is, again, got some bales, a nice overlooking a meadow area with some alfalfa all around, and we're hoping there's a coyote around there mousing around. Let's go see if we can find one. That worked out nice. We were a little elevated and the shot went a little bit high, but we got a kill. He's laying out there. Let's go see what he looks like. This is what I've been waiting for all week. Mike and I were out last weekend. I had a great time and wanted to get back out again this weekend and see what we could do. Called in this coyote, pretty much full grown, probably this year's pup. Able to call him in on a combination of territorial howls and pup in distress. And it came in and gave us a chance to harvest it today. So a great start to the first day of the evening, and we're gonna go out and try to get some more. High school classmate of mine, Tim, farms around here. This is his land. We've gotten some coyotes over here the past couple of years. Whenever I come through the area, he always says he's got coyotes. So this is a proverbial favorite of ours. We have a nice open meadow here with alfalfa. That seems to be the theme here as of late, bales, and pasture all around. So we're gonna try to sneak into some bales up here and try to get some calling going and see if we can draw them across this open meadow. We've got a couple of dead cows over the hill to our south. The wind's also coming from our south, so we think the coyotes are gonna come that way. They have to look back into the sun as they come. They'll never wind us this way. This is a really good setup. We've got this bales for a good rest, and we're gonna see if we can outsmart a coyote here. Perfect. That took quite a while. We worked on a whole bunch of different sounds, distress sounds. I put on a little fawn with a coyote mixture there, and that coyote came in. A little bit of a long shot, but we didn't have much choice by the way the land terrain was here, so good thing is the coyote's down. Yes! As big as a coyote gets in North Dakota. I'd estimate this coyote runs somewhere between upper 30s, lower 40s. They get this big for a reason. This is a wily old coyote here. We used pup in distress, we used territorial challenges, we used mouse, we used fawn. We used a little of everything to finally get him to show at about 250 yards. This coyote wasn't coming any closer. He had us made. And he made the shot, and that's the story. So this is exactly what we're looking for, and that's a mature adult coyote on the ground. We're not going to get a chance to go out and do a lot of hunting tonight, but I think we're going to get one stand in. We've had nasty weather all weekend, so it finally cleared. We're going to try to get a stand in here before the weather sets back in. could have waited maybe a little longer, let all three of them get in the field, but they were getting close to winding us, so I had to take the opportunity when I could. Dead coyote, perfect. One stand, one coyote. You know, could have been three, but I'll take this big coyote anytime. It's perfect. Came right in, gave us a shot at 100 yards and put him down. Absolutely perfect.
So that wraps it up, our third installment in the Predator Madness series. Helicopter, snares, squealing and peeling, up north to Alberta, all across this country. We hope you enjoyed the video. We certainly enjoy the opportunity to bring it into your living room. We've been doing it since 1989, and if Terry can hold out, we're gonna do it just a little bit longer. Thanks for watching Predator Madness 3. As we always say, it was created for you.